Hello there, everyone. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all can see me. I had a little darkness going on there for a minute. Hello there, Apple. Hi, Mary. Hope you are very well. I am. I'm good. I am doing very well. Just warm. I decided to do a pick a card today because of all that's been said about what's coming on the 17th. Uranus trine Pluto. And I had to look it up. I don't know a lot about astrology and that kind of thing, but um, this is supposed to be a major event that's happening on the 17th. So when we talk about Uranus, we're talking about awakening, we're talking about freedom, innovation, breaking of old patterns, and sudden change. So you think of Uranus as the energy that says it's time to do things differently. Then we look at Pluto, and Pluto is all about transformation, depth and rebirth, power, deep healing, and letting go of what no longer serves us. So Pluto asks, what has reached the end of its life so something new can grow? And so we want to know what that trine is all about and how it's going to affect us, which is why I decided to do a pick a card tonight. But let's finish this first. Okay, so a trine is considered one of astrology's most harmonious aspects. It means the energies of the two planets are working together rather than fighting each other. So astrologers are watching the alignment between the two planets, Uranus and Pluto. Um, and Uranus because of the awakening and the change, and Pluto because of transformation. So it's kind of like what part of your life maybe that you need to awaken or change. So it's about awakening, changing, transformation. Um, what about you that may be new, that's trying to emerge? And I think it's important at this time to really think about that because the way I see it right now, um, it seems like we're just going through so many changes. And it's not that it's unexpected because they've been talking about this for, I don't know, the last 3 or 4 years when this time in 2026 is, happens, and all of these new changes are going to happen. And we normally would be talking about politics and how it's affecting um, political events and that kind of thing. But we can see, if you're watching the news, so many things that are going on, and it's not only in politics, but it's in almost everything. So I wanted to kind of focus on us tonight. So I'm going to bring the camera down so you can pick your card, and then we'll start to read. Thank you, Apple. I appreciate that. Thank you. So here we have group one, and this is the crystal. It has a lot of little dots or little balls going on in it. Then we have group two. It's a little different. It has stems of crystal sticking up out of it. And group three, again, a little different. One large bubble and a few small ones. So take your time and pick the one that resonates with you. Group one, two, and three. And we'll get started. So I'm going to move group two and three up out of the way, and we'll work on group one. If I can grab them. Okay. Group two and three are out of the way. So let's look at group one. For those of you that picked group one, first card up is the quill, and it says, get back to the basics. Get back to the basics. So I would say there is some place probably in your life when we're talking about getting back to the basics with this card, someplace probably in your life that maybe you had maybe forgotten about, or now life seems like it's so overcomplicated that you've forgotten about the easy part of it. So Spirit is saying at this time for you, it's time for you to try to get back to the basics. And the next three cards up we have is we have the Nine of Cups, Ace of Cups, wow, and the Three of Swords. Now, if I look at this, I think one of the reasons why Spirit is saying get back to the basics is because this Nine of Cups, a lot of times, it's about maybe, we think of it as that merchant that has everything that, or that is trying to get everything. The nine, whatever the number is, there's a positive side and a negative side to it. Now, this Nine of Cups could mean that you're getting everything you need, or we'll read on, but it also could mean that you're being overly, in a sense, like the greedy merchant. Okay? So let's read on. Then we have the Ace of Cups here, and we know the Ace of Cups is all about new beginnings. Although these cups in here are telling me that there is some emotional things that you may have to look at too, which is why Spirit is also maybe also telling you to get back to the basics. And then we have this Three of Swords here. And sometimes, this can be about grief, heartbreak, that kind of thing. So I would definitely listen to getting back to the basics. And when I think of getting back to the basics for group one, I am feeling like whatever you left behind, Spirit is saying, go back and look at whatever that is that was working for you. So we're talking about transformation, but we're also talking about Uranus, which is awakening. So awakening, there's so many different meanings for Uranus, but you have to put those two together. Uranus is also about freedom. So there may be a time in your life that you felt more free, and maybe at this time it could have even been something emotional for you, but for some reason something stopped you, and I would think it would be that Three of Swords there that maybe stopped your innovation or that change that you were looking for. But now Pluto comes in there and is ready to shake it up again, and it's telling you to look back at where you were at a certain time, and whatever that is that was basic for you, look back at it. Let's see if we can find out some more information about this. So the Knight of Cups, there's a lot of cups going on for you, group one. Knight of Cups showing up here again. Now the Knight of Cups is about I would say taking things slow, taking it easy, really thinking about what it is that you need in your life right now. And I would even take this again back to the awakening that Uranus is trying to give to you. Take time to break old patterns, because you don't want to end up back where you were with that Three of Swords there. So it's time to break the old patterns, but take your time at it. And this will probably be an emotional time for you as you do it. And then we have the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles. Again, we're talking about, you have these knights in here that are all about movement. This Knight of Cups, I mean, it could even be about a message that's coming to you. All the knights are bringing messages. But again, I would say this Knight of Pentacles, they call it the Knight of Coins here, but the Knight of Pentacles here, I'm feeling you take your time when it comes to your health. Make sure you stop, look at your health, see where something may, just pay attention, because with these birds around here too, in this particular card, it's like a message is trying to get through to you. So you may be getting little pings of something that's telling you, well, maybe I need to walk more. Maybe I need to eat better. That kind of thing when it comes to this Knight, Prince of Coins is what they call it. And then we have the Six of Cups again. Wow. So you have more cups. This reading is really, I think that this time for you, Group 1, is going to be very, very emotional during this time of Uranus and Pluto coming together. I think it's going to be a very, very emotional time for you. I think it really is a time for you to awaken and see some things that you haven't paid attention to in your life before. Letting that rise up for you, because with it being so emotional, it feels like something that you have let, let it, pushed it to the bottom and not paid attention to it, or pushed it back and not paid attention to it. And now it's like Uranus and Pluto are going to bring it back up for you. Whatever this was is coming back for you at this time. So pay attention to what's going on in your life right now. It may be some emotional things coming up for you, but they're coming up for a reason. That Uranus and Pluto coming together like that, they're trying to wake you up to see something. And it could be something that you push down. Now for your last card, wow, I pulled an angel card for you. And it is number 800. And it says spiritual downloads. Yeah, I can see that being very emotional. And it says, prepare for new knowledge. This is an alert from your guides. Your angels are indicating that you will be receiving new information in the form of realization, wisdom, and emotions. Sit in meditation and focus your energy on opening your crown chakra, the top of your head, in preparation for the divine light. Picture loving light flowing into you with ease through the top of your head through the top of your head into your entire being. Wow. Guys, am I frozen? Looks like in one area I am, but hopefully I'm not. Okay, I see myself moving now. All right. So, wow. There's some emotional things that are going to be going on for you, Group 1. So, pay attention. Okay, now let's look at Group 2 and see what Spirit wants Group 2 to know about this trine. So the first card we have up is the Owl. Owl. Not Owl. Owl. And it says, good advice from a wise person. Good advice from a wise person. And we have the Seven of Pentacles here. Now, we all know that the Seven of Pentacles is about you started something, you planted some seeds, you're looking for something to come from something that you have already started. So I think with this trine, you may see these seeds coming into fruition, whatever it is that you are looking for. Thank you, Witch, and hi, Witch. But the Seven of Pentacles here, those seeds that you planted, it looks like to me this is the time that they may be coming into fruition. And then we have, again, this is called the Mother of Cups, but it's actually Ace of Cups. And what I'm seeing with this, it's like you're being covered in some way. You're being protected. Well, let's see what the third card says. And we have the Nine of Wands. Whatever those seeds were that you planted, something new is coming from that. Whatever that is that you are working on, look for something new to come out of it. And with this Nine of Wands here, it's telling me that you will know pretty quickly. It's not going to be like it's going to take a while for you to get the information. So it feels, you know what it feels like to me? It feels like you, whatever it was that you were working on, it was being protected until now. For some reason, now is the time that this is supposed to happen for you. And now that Pluto and Uranus are trine, it's going to come quickly. Let's see what else we have. We have the King of Pentacles. This is about your legacy. And with this King of Pentacles here also, I feel like it's maybe about you getting some kind of abundance in a sense. I think that this is whatever it was that you have been working so hard on, that you have, this is the time. This is the time that it's going to happen for you, Group 2. And we have the Moon. Now, we all know that when the Moon shows up, sometimes things are happening in the dark. Sometimes things are happening that we can't see. But in this particular case, I see where angels are helping with this. Angels are really working with this. And that's why, to me, I saw that you were being covered here with this Ace of Cups. Like you have some kind of maybe ancestors or something that's helping you with whatever this is that you wanted. And maybe that part of that dark part of the moon that we couldn't really see, something was going on that's going to help whatever it is that you were working on happen or come into fruition. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles here. And we're talking about that money again. A new change for you when it comes to your finances, to your money, even with that King of Pentacles showing up there. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles showing up here. And the seven, we have a lot of Pentacles. You know, Pentacles is about the money. Of course, it can be about health too, but I see it here as, I feel like it's about maybe you're going to come into something at this time, maybe. Now, I say money, riches, wealth, whatever, but it could be even good health, something that you've been waiting to hear about, maybe, health-wise, that's going to be good for you. And even with this owl here showing up that says good advice from a wise person, whatever it is that's coming for you during this time, it's going to be good. It's going to be good. And then your angel card, which is number 986, and it says forthright. Forthright, practice saying no. Your angels want to alert you to your tendency to confuse yes with no. They are asking you to stop. People know you have a hard time not doing what you have a people know you have a hard time not doing what they ask you to do. Not doing what they ask you to do. And they have been taking advantage. It's time to say no confidently. 10 times today, look in a mirror and practice a way of saying no. And I think I feel like what that message is saying, when you practice saying no, other doors are going to open up for you. Because to me, this is like paying attention. Pay attention to what you were working on for yourself with this Seven of Pentacles. And the only way that you're going to look at yourself or make yourself the important thing is to start focusing on yourself and let others do whatever they need to do to get whatever they need to get done. It's not up to you to do it. So it's okay. You have permission to say no. All right. So let's take a look at group 3 now. And group 3, your first card up is the pig. The pig. Beware of greed. And your next 3 cards. Oh, you have the Five of Cups, the Magician, Seven of Swords. Wow. Those are interesting cards. You know why? Because the first card up is pig. Beware of greed. To me, these cards are saying to you, okay, Five of Cups, we already know that that's about grief and things happening maybe to hold you back, that kind of thing. Then we have the Magician here, which is about, manipulation. And then we have the Seven of Swords. It's somebody trying to get away with something. So during this time, you're going to really have to be careful, group 3, because there's a lot of greed out there. A lot of people, you may think they're okay, but in reality, there's some people around you that don't have your best interests at heart. And this manipulation and this trying to get away with something may cause some kind of regret for you, some kind of grief for you. So you're going to have to really pay attention. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. The Wheel of Fortune. Again, karma is what I'm feeling with this. Something, there is something or someone maybe around you that's going to make you think about some things that have happened in the past because of greed. But let's keep going with this. We have the Ten of Coins showing up here, which is all about success, being successful, having that legacy of success. I'm going to keep going and we'll do an overview of this. Um, okay, this is the Knight of Cups. So it looks like an offer, guys. A message coming about some kind of offer. I'm going to say you're going to have to be careful at this time because it may look good, but it's all about greed here. There's some manipulation going on here. There is, you're probably going to get some kind of offer and it's going to look really, really good to you. But I would say be careful. That Knight of Cups comes in, and when the Knight of Cups comes in, a lot of times it looks at, it's another way of manipulation because it looks good, but it's too good to be true a lot of times with that Knight of Cups. And your last card, your angel card, which is number 487, and it says, contemplate what will be. You are invited to use your inherent skills of creation. Your angels ask you to practice visualization. Sit in meditation for 5 minutes and allow yourself to visualize your daily world as if what you want has already happened. Feel your feelings fully. See the colors of this life vividly and allow yourself to wonder at this brand new world. So, I would say for you, group 3, yeah, it's a brand new world for you as it is for all of us. But I think you're going to have to really be careful and watch what's coming in for you. I'm not saying, I don't think the cards are saying that you can't have the riches, because with this Ten of Coins here, it's in your legacy. As far as I'm concerned, it's your legacy to have those. But be careful with the greed part of it. Someone could be coming around to give you something or make you think that things are one way and they're another way, and you could end up losing. So just be careful with that. All right, wow. It's good readings there, guys. So, does anyone have any question? Did it resonate with anyone as far as the groups or the cards, what they were saying? Which says, wow. Okay, number 2 lines up perfectly with what's been happening recently with what I've been doing with my spiritual journey. Wow, yeah. And how I've been communicating with the spiritual realm using different methods. Wow, that's great. So I feel like with this Uranus and Pluto trining together, usually trines are good things. I do know that. It's probably something good that's, you know, some kind of transformation that's going to happen if you pick group two. Um, Again, though, you may have to look at breaking some old habits in order for things to work out the way you want them. Anyone else? Any other questions? Any other questions for me while I'm in here tonight? But this trine is supposed to be coming pretty soon, guys, like 17th. So that's 2 days. Well, less than that for now. Oh, you're welcome, Witch. You're welcome. Um, you know what I want to look at now, though? I want to look at what it's going to look like um, for the collective, because, like I said before, we as a collective seems like we're going through we're going through it right now. This is the time that all of these things are supposed to happen. So let's see what Spirit wants the collective to know about what's happening with this trine. All right, Spirit. What is it that you want us to know as a collective concerning this Pluto-Uranus trine? What you want us to know about this Pluto-Uranus trine? Those two cards jumped out. Wow, the cards are jumping. The cards are jumping. All right, Spirit. Let me just pull some cards here. Okay, here's 5 cards. Okay. Have the Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands. The middle card is the Empress. I pulled 5 cards. And then we have the Seven of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. And I can clarify some of these, but things are going to be moving fast. And they may be a little chaotic. We already know that. We can expect that, you know, the way that things are going. But with this Empress card showing up here, and with it being, it looks like a tree, I think there's going to be some growth. We're looking for more growth, and I think this growth is going to come with more people waking up, more people seeing things the way that they really are, in a sense. There may be a lot of deep healing too here with this tree showing up here. It's going to be a lot of deep healing that people are going to need to have at this time. A lot of transformation. You know, this Empress card here to me is telling us a lot because of this tree that's sitting here. And I think that some things that have been, you know, buried in the dark that we couldn't see before, I think we're going to be, a lot of people are going to become more enlightened, you know. Um, Maybe they weren't expecting it, but they're going to become more enlightened. And I think that with these first three cards, the first two cards showing up here, um, it's going to come quickly. I think as a collective, we're going to see changes coming quickly. And there's going to be those people that are going to be totally against it and not want it to happen. So they're going to cause chaos here with it. But with this Empress showing up here, I don't think they can stop it, because this tree here is showing me the enlightenment that's happened. And things that were in the dark are now going to come to the forefront for all of us to witness. And then we have the Seven of Cups here. Now you can choose to look at it in a negative way, or, you know, the positive way, because with this particular card, here's the sun that's breaking through here. You know, it's like the sun is coming up, the moon is going back into the background. It's like things are going to be exposed, things that we weren't expecting to be exposed are going to come up. Light is going to come to it at this time. And where people were confused about some things, they are now going to understand what's been really going on. And it's going to be right in their face. There's nothing that they can do to say, oh no, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, it wasn't right, or whatever. Because this Empress in the middle here is telling me that this sun is just going to come through and brighten up, expose things, the unexpected things, things that we didn't even know was going on. We're going to find out about it. And there's more, the light is coming up and really covering up that darkness there. So, and let's move on to the last card here, which is the Eight of Pentacles. And you see this Eight of Pentacles, it's like a spider with a lot of webs. So it's going to touch almost everything, almost every area in our lives as a collective. It's like we're being healed. This spider, this spider has been working really hard to bring things together. It's been hard work. And all of these webs here, tentacles, I guess, are affecting different areas of our lives as a collective. So I feel like with this trine, we're still going to have those people that are going to be like, oh no, this didn't happen, that didn't happen, whatever. But there's no way of getting around it. And we're going to see things open up. We're going to see a lot of areas of our lives affected by it. But it's going to happen. And with that Ace of Wands coming, it's coming quickly. It's coming quickly. Let's see what's at the bottom of the deck. Strength. Strength. So that tells me that we're going to make it through this time. We're going to come out stronger as a collective because of all the things that are happening. So I feel like this trine is going to bring things up that's unexpected. It's going to be like, it's going to happen quickly. That Uranus is going to be like a sudden change. You know, it's going to be like, we really weren't expecting it. And Uranus, that's what Uranus does. And then we're going to have a deep healing. I see that there too with that eight of Pentacles there. There's going to be a deep healing, and it's going to affect many areas of our lives as a collective. So a lot of power there with that Strength card that's coming up there. Um, it's going to be powerful. Whatever this trine is, we know what it is, Uranus and Pluto, but it's going to bring forth a lot of power, a lot of deep healing. It's like whatever wasn't serving us is going to be eliminated. You know, it's going to be a fight to, you know, it's not just going to, people are not just going to say, okay. Of course, we know that's not going to happen with that Five of Pentacles showing up there, but I don't think it's not going to be strong enough to overpower this Empress and this strength. It's looking good, guys. What do you guys think? Hi, Christine. Go get your sage. Okay. Yeah, I did change my name. That's because I'm doing some different things with my channel, guys, and you'll see it. I know I always talk about that, but yeah, I'm doing some different things with my channel. Which says there's going to be a reality shock. I think that's true. I think that's true. And you can kind of feel it right now, you know. I can kind of feel it. It's coming. But I guess we just gotta, you know, we've waited this long. It's like, we just gotta wait to see what happens. Yep, that strength card showing up was really, that was good. That strength card at the bottom of the deck. I was glad to see that. So we're, you know, but even with that Empress card being in the middle, I believe that the universe has been really creating a way for us to see through everything. You know what I mean? And it's now it's just the time for us to see it. Now is the time for us to see it. What a tangle web we weave when we first practiced to deceive. So true, so true. Any other questions you guys have for me tonight, or anything else you want me to look at? Which says, yeah, even the lies aren't even good. They're not even believable. The web of lies, yeah. 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 Some of the stuff that's coming up now is not believable at all. Hmm. It's hard to believe that some of the things that are going on right now, but I think that we're just being prepared for what's going to come, is my feeling. To me, these are little things, you know, compared to what we're actually going to see. Christine says, do you think Americans are mad enough? I think America still doesn't realize what's coming, especially African American people. Um, I think that when you say especially African American people, are you saying, do you think we're mad enough? I think that as far as us, African American people, I think we're to a stage where it's like, you know, things have always happened. So whatever it is, it's not going to shock us because I feel like whatever is happening is going to benefit. I mean, it'll benefit, I think the change is going to benefit everyone. Um, some people won't want to let go, and that is, you know, there's old habits that people are going to have to let go of. But I guess I don't know. I don't know when you say especially African American. Okay, I'm saying after they are done with the Latin people, they are going to turn their attention on us. Oh, nah. Mm-mm. I don't think they're going to mess with us like that. As a matter of fact, I guess I see what you're saying now. I guess I see what you're saying. Are we gonna settle for that and let that happen all over to us? Um, I don't know. What about that spirit? What's gonna happen with black people if the powers that be try to come after us? How are we going to take that? I just don't think they're that bold. I think they know that African Americans are not going to play that game anymore. But let's see what Spirit has to say. What's going to happen? With the African American community, that the powers that be come after them more than normal. More than normal. What's going to happen? Because it's not like they've stopped coming after us because they've looked at other groups. They're just doing it differently. So let's see what's going to happen. I'll pull 5 cards. That's a good question, Christine. First card up. 8 of Wands. Wow, 5 of Wands. Hangman. Nine of Pentacles. Seven of Wands. There's going to be some movement. I see all of these wands that have shown up here. Three out of 5 cards are wands. The middle is a hangman. And that 9 of Pentacles. Okay. Eight of Wands. Okay. I feel like this card. I'm looking at the symbols, guys. I'm not going to read these as I would normally read cards, and normally I don't. I look at the symbols, and this 8 of Wands here. We know the wands that they're all about movement, and I see it like lightning strike, like a lightning strike. I hope you guys can see that here. Maybe I can bring it up so you can see it. It's like a lightning strike there. Okay, so it's not, it won't be as easy as they think if they come after the black community, um, in a different way, in a more aggressive way. I'll say it that way. There will be some conflict, and here we have the Hanged Man. And just looking at this group of cards as they are here right now, guys, I see that where they think that they can stop us or do something to, um, I don't want to say it. Um, well, I'll say this, to pull us back another way that they want us to be. No, it's not going to happen. We have the hangman here, which sometimes it is about setting back and thinking about things and, um, seeing things a different way. This is about enlightenment. This is about enlightenment. Do you see the eyes here on this particular card? The hangman. This is about enlightenment. So, in which this is what I feel about the black community right now. They're really, there's no, they're not gonna, if they strike that, light that fire, the community is not gonna play with them. They have been enlightened enough. And in the end, with this Nine of Pentacles showing up here, what I feel with this, again, is ancestors working with the people. I see these feathers here, and we're covered. We're covered. I really feel that. We're going to get what we need out of this. Things are changing. Things are changing, but we're not going back the way that they think that we're going to go back. Okay? It's a new day. And with this Seven of Wands showing up here, do you see this fire here? Right here, it was lit. But this is the ending. A nice flame that's all together. And I think that's what's going to happen. It's just going to bring the community back together. We at this point have been enlightened, and it's not that it's just now happening, guys. It's been happening. That's why, as a group, as a part of the collected, the black community has said, you people that caused all the problems, you handle it. We're done. But at the end, this flame here is going to be all come together. It's like it's going to be, lightning's going to strike, but in the end, we're going to be just fine. We're going to be just fine. Bottom of the deck is the moon. And I'm looking at the moon in this particular case. The card is number 9. The moon is, it's number 18. But 1 and 8 is 9. And when you get to 9, it's time to start over. So I feel like this card, this last card here, is telling us that even though there's been darkness, the light is going to overpower all that. These trees are lit by the light of the moon, but that number 9 is telling me that it's time to go back to number 1. Okay? So whatever it is that black people had to go through, it's not going to happen anymore. We're not going to do that anymore. That game is over. That game is over. So, and with the way things have been happening, me personally, That's how I felt since this whole thing got started. So I think that, Christine, I think it's going to be good. You said you believe that about the ancestors. Yeah, I believe the ancestors are not playing with us or them at this particular time. Whatever they had going, it's over. It's over. Oh, thank you, Kathy. Thank you so much. Yeah, but like I said, it's not that, you know, I think I'm reading your other response here, Christine C. And blacks have been hanging from trees lately. I think that maybe we're hearing about it more. I don't think it ever stopped. But I think at this time, um, things are going to be different. They're not going to be getting away with that kind of thing. And which says, I have a feeling that they're definitely going to try something, and something may happen, but then they will, there will be a revolt. If they try to play that game, it's not going to go down well. I agree. And Christine says, okay, that makes sense, Mary, about the ancestors. I believe that. I believe it too. I feel it. I just feel it. I feel that I feel that time is up for a lot of these people. And that's just it. You know? And not everybody, we can't lump people into just because, their skin is not the same color as ours, as that everybody is not our friend. Because we do have, there are some good people in every group. You know what I'm saying? But for those that want to be against people, because black people are not going to stand for that anymore. Mm-mm. Which says, yes, yeah, that time is up and gone. They're not going to get it back no matter how much they want it. Yeah. Well, that's why we have MAGA. They thought they could get it back. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Um, any other thing you guys want me to look at? This that was a good question, Christine. It was, and I'm glad I pulled on it because I was feeling that we were not going to go there, but then the cards just said, no, no, it's not going to happen again, not like that. So I'm glad I pulled on it. Do you think there will be a military strike on American soil? Hmm. Well, let's look at that. A military strike on American soil. That's almost a question that we can ask the pendulum, though, if I can get to it. That's just a yes or no. I'm feeling No, but we'll see what the pendulum says. I think it's almost, guys, I'm feeling like if anything, if anything, and I'm not saying it would be large, but that it would be between groups of Americans, kind of like the J6. That's what I feel. Okay, so I'm going to ask, show me yes. Thank you. Show me no. Show me no. Thank you. Show me maybe. Okay, maybe goes in a circle. All right. Spirit, will there be a military strike on American soil? Will there be a military strike on American soil? Look at that. It's saying yes. Fooled me. Maybe, let's see. I don't know how else to ask that question, or says yes, guys. That's a shocker. Okay, let me ask this. Okay, so the military could be, well, we said a military strike. Can't be. A military strike would be coming from another country, right, guys? We're not talking about like a civil kind of thing going on. Gotta help me with this. This is strange. Um, you know what? Maybe we're looking at another J6 or something. Iran said they will unalive Dumpy and they will do it in America if they have to. Doesn't mean a military strike, though, does it? Hi, Neek. Can't they do it? I mean, if there's other ways of doing it without there being a military strike. Oh, Neek said her pendulum just said yes too. But I mean, it's let's look at the cards. I mean, I'm not saying it can happen. Okay, so okay, Neek, me and you got the same thing. So, but I'm wondering if we're asking the right question. You know how that goes. Says, okay, yeah, they had a big flag saying they were going to get rid of him. And he even, well, he's just, I mean, I almost think it has to be an inside job if it happens to him. Yeah, which I'm agreeing with you. They can just hire somebody to get close enough to do something. Yeah, we did a military strike and took out their leader. That's true. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know why I feel like it's going to be hard to get to him in that way. I think we may have to do something to him. But we also have our conflict with the people that still support him and the others that don't. So it could be both. Okay. Um, I almost don't know what question to ask because it's already said yes. But um, what would it look like? A military strike? And you guys think it's going to come from Iran? Military strike on American soil. What would that look like, Spirit? The Emperor. That's him. We have the Emperor. The Nine of Swords. He's worried. And the Ace of Swords. It looks like it's possible. It could be coming for the Emperor here. And this Ace of Swords is wrapped in a snake. It's like, so there is something that could be coming. And we have this Nine of Swords, and you see what this looks like, guys. It's normally about worry, but in this case, it's like there's a lot of daggers going at this that's hit this person. The sun is dark here. You guys see this? Look at the sun, like it's lit up on fire. I guess that's our answer. It could happen. I guess it could happen. Christine, you always notice that train. She says the train is confirmation, and that could be very true. I paid much more attention to that train when you, since you guys have been here and have made me notice. You know, that's true. Really? I didn't know that, Christine. He jumped off the plane, the one that was given to him. You know, and that could be a setup, really. It really could be. They could have given him that plane for a reason. Then we will still have our own internal conflict. Yeah. And the thing is, um, yeah, what if something like that happens to him? It's not going to be good for the country, and you know, depending on how it happens. Now, if it's natural, that's a different story. But we have those diehards. And he did jump off the plane the other day. Wow. I'll tell you one thing, I wouldn't want to be flying that plane. Also, I would like to know from the cards, considering they want JD, they could very much do something to Dumpy. Dumpy could be like Lindsay. Yep, that's that's kind of what I was thinking. I guess if they I guess if they want him, they're going to figure out a way to do it. It's just, I don't know. Is it possible that they could do that, though? Really? I think they would have to get awfully close. I don't, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. For some reason, I just feel like if there was going to be a strike on American soil, that we would have had it by now. So I guess he's not going to get on that plane again that was given to him then. If it isn't inside dropped, that would be super easy. Okay, I see what you're saying. It's kind of like what just came to mind, guys. Remember when all those planes were falling out the sky? It could be on American soil, but it would have to be an inside job. That's how I feel. I feel about it. Yeah. Hmm. I believe that. I believe that about JD. Uh, I mean, he's not crazy about JD, first of all. And JD wants the job, but if he has it, it's not going to last long for him. I don't believe that. It will. Um, mm-hmm. Right. Right, which that last comment you made. Um, let's face it, maybe that's why he eats McDonald's so much. Yeah. That makes sense, Christine. Hi, Jackie. I love your emojis. Thank you. Um, what you're saying could be true. So they're not working on anything right now, are they? They're gonna have to just tear that whole thing down when he gets when he gets when he leaves and start over or something. Hmm. I don't know why he's. I mean, why he should have enough money. You owe it to people anyway. If you want it done, they're not going to let him. I don't think they're going to let that happen. That ballroom happen. Period. Or underneath it, whatever they're trying to do. But if it's about your life, I would think you just give the money up. But that 5 million that he had to give, what's her name? You guys know who I'm talking about. He was having a fit about that. You got the money. Oh, okay. But do you think, Christine, do you think that when time is up, that he will still be here? I don't know. He could be. I mean, I'm sure they're keeping him around as long as they can with the best um, medicine that they can find to do it. Yeah, E. Jean Carroll. Right, right. He's having a fit about that. Well, if they know that he's barricaded in there, that's going to be a problem because, like you said, the strike could happen there. If he's still around, he's going to have to be drugged. Yeah, and for more reasons than one, because he's probably going to go to prison for all the things that he's done and had people do. Okay, so who would drag him out if it wouldn't? Because we know that the military is not going to be dragging out the president as long as he's president. But what if he's not president? Yeah. Could be, Christine. You never know what they're doing. You never know. I wonder. Um, I can't see them letting him sitting in there and wait it out. But who would drag him out? That's what I want to know. Okay, you think if he's not the president, the military would have to remove him. It's true. Yeah, they could. Yeah, I kind of figured that, which sometimes I hate using typing the words in because it can mess it up. Let's see. If the president is no longer in power and refuses to leave the White House and let another president come in, would he be removed? And if so, who would remove him? Let's see what they say.
Yes. Under the U.S. Constitution, once a president's term ends, that person is no longer the president, regardless of whether they personally accept it. Here's how it works. 1. At noon on Inauguration Day, January 20th, the new president's term begins automatically under the 20th Amendment. The transfer of presidential authority is based on the Constitution, not on the outgoing president's consent. 2. If the former president refused to leave the White House, they would legally be a private citizen occupying government property without authorization. 3. Responsibility for protecting the president and White House security falls to the United States Secret Service.
Okay.
In coordination with other federal authorities, if necessary, they would follow lawful orders recognizing the new commander-in-chief. 4. The military does not decide who the president is. The military takes an oath to the Constitution, not to an individual president.
Okay.
Once a new president has lawfully assumed office, the military recognizes that person as commander-in-chief. So if a former president physically refused to leave...
I got it. Okay. So, it looks like the Secret Service and the military too could get him out. Yeah, so it doesn't matter. He's got to go. When his time is up, he's got to go, which means that'll be 28, January 20th, 28. He has to be out of there if he's still here. Yeah. Oh, Christine, what do you think? You know what? I heard something. Christine said, I personally don't think he's going to let the midterm happen. I heard something about he's trying to get rid of 2 Democratic governors because of Lindsay and the other guy, who they won't say who's still here or not. So he's trying to get rid. He's trying to even things out. That's what he's trying to do. So you might have a point, but I don't think he can stop it. I don't even think he can do what he thinks he can do. He can hide out and be removed if he refuses. But yeah, I don't know. He's going to try something, but it's not going to happen. Especially with him trying to even things out and everything. He's trying to. He's fighting, but I don't think it's going to work the way they think. Yeah, that's the reason why they want, to pretend Mitch is still around, that he can do something. What can he do? If he could do something, they would have shown him. He would have sat up in that hospital bed and say, yes, I'm going to be able to vote or whatever, but Mitch. What's going on with Mitch, Spirit? Mitch McConnell. Tell us about Mitch McConnell, Spirit. Mitch McConnell. What's going on with Mitch McConnell? Jackie says, weekend at Mitch's. What's going on with Mitch McConnell? Well, these cards fell out. Let's just look and see what they're talking about here. I'm going to pull one more, though, just to make sure you guys can see them. Let's pull this top card. Oh, that makes sense. We're going to get some information about them real soon. The bottom of the deck is the Nine of Wands. They can't keep hiding it. But we have the Page of Swords here. So they're trying to hide something. But they're trying to hide something that everybody knows is probably true already. With that owl standing there. It's wisdom that we already know, but they're trying to keep a secret with that Page of Swords. And then we have the Three of Cups. There's Three of Cups here. Have the birds that are, everybody's talking. Everybody's talking. It's like people are working together to keep this kind of thing from coming out, but they're working amongst themselves. And with the cups showing up to me, it's emotional for them. But we have these black birds here. Everybody's yapping. Then we have the Five of Cups here, and you know what that means. That's when you see that in a regular deck. And this horse has his head down also. But it's the person that's standing in that black robe with their head down, regret, sorrow, to me, even loss, change with that number 5 there. And so, yeah, I think I'm going to clarify that, though. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Six of Pentacles. That's about giving and receiving, harmony, Pentacles are about health. I'm going to say that's I need to clarify that one too. This, there's a lot of back and forth going on with this five of wands showing up here. It's a lot of back and forth, but I'm gonna these two here. I'm gonna clarify. Yeah. Okay. He's gone. They need to quit playing. Okay, I have to clarify the Five of Cups, I have the Eight of Pentacles, the Son of Pentacles, which is the Page of Pentacles, and we have the Mother of Pentacles. This is all talking about his health. This is all talking about his health here. And then to clarify that Six of Pentacles, we have the Nine. No, we have Justice. Justice. We have Justice. And the way that sword is going through the middle there, to me, that's something that's ended. Okay, and then we have the Tower. We all know what the Tower means. And then we have the Chariot. He's moved on. He's gone. He's gone. Now, are they keeping him alive through life support or something like that? He can't, you know, um, it's not that he can do anything. Just those two clarifications there is telling me the man is over. It's over for him. Are they keeping him alive with? Is he on some kind of life support? Let's ask. Spirit, is Mitch McConnell on life support? Yeah, they're just keeping him alive. They don't want to call it. I don't know who would be responsible. So his wife has gone back to China, so they say, and his kids don't get along with him. That's the last I heard. So, who's uh, would the government be just holding him up like that? Would they? Would that be? Would they do? Would they let that happen? I guess people can be on life support for a long time. They do that all the time with court battles and things like that with people. Dancer. Okay, I'm missing something, Antoine. Andion with dancer. Dancer. Okay, guys. You got to clarify. It's all an illusion. AI has been used, and yeah. But if he was doing that good, guys, like that photo that they showed of him, he could say something. Say something. At least you could do is say something. You're sitting there in the hospital bed, like grinning, like everything's good. There has to be AI. There's a report that neighbors around that area said that they could tell that he was already gone because of the way the body looked from a distance, and the paramedics. Oh, now that makes sense. If the paramedics were not in a hurry. Okay, Andiana, I got it. So, okay, let me put this together. That's why the answer came here, to try to help them make it legit. So, do you think that he's one of the people that's holding it up? If the paramedics are not in a hurry, that is telling you something right there. Um, yeah, you could. It was definitely an old photo. Okay. See, Christine. You go back. Okay, you say, I think they won't say he's unalive, because I believe he can have his proxy vote. Oh, for him in the event he's incapacitated. Okay, I think. Not sure. Well, let's find out. If a senator such as, what's that man's name? Mitch McConnell is incapacitated, and they need a vote, can they use, can they have his proxy vote for him. It says no. The U.S. Senate does not allow proxy voting on the Senate floor. If the senator is incapacitated, absent, or hospitalized, they cannot authorize another senator to cast a vote for them during a floor vote. So to vote, they generally must be physically present in the Senate chamber when the vote is taken, and if they cannot be there, they simply do not vote. And it says this is different from some congressional committees. At times, Senate committees may allow proxy voting under their own rules for certain committee business, but that does not apply for final votes on the Senate floor. See, I don't know the difference, Christine. It says that at times, congressional committees. Okay, so that would be the committee. Okay, let's think about this. Oh, so just like they're trying to get this guy, what's his name, Blanche, in, would that be allowed? Would he, would, would that work for that? I think the thing is, though, if they can make him seem like he's around, even if he's not, if enough people go along with it, they can try to do it. Yeah, you know, they're going to always try. Yeah, some votes they can do over the phone. Okay. I think the thing is that they don't want his seat filled, or um, I don't know if there would have to be a special election. Walmart. I haven't seen that commercial. Okay, so if McConnell is in the hospital, is incapacitated, would there, let's just say he's on life support. I'm speculating, so don't come at me. Um, would would they have to have a special election? What if he's not among the living? Would they have have to have a special election in order to replace his seat, or in order to have someone to represent the state of Kentucky? Okay, so it says the seat does not become vacant unless he resigns or he dies or the Senate expels him, which is extremely rare. Okay, we know that's not going to happen. Okay, but as long as they say he is amongst the living, his seat will remain. They wouldn't automatically fill it. Okay, it says that Kentucky law was changed recently. Under current Kentucky law, if a U.S. Senate seat becomes vacant, the governor is generally required to call a special election to fill the remainder of the term rather than simply appointing a replacement as was previously allowed. Now, is the governor of Kentucky Democrat or Republican? Because I know there was a thing going on about that. Andy Bashir is a Democrat. So the law was changed, so he should be able to do something. Of course, they're saying that one wrinkle is that there has been public discussion about whether parts of Kentucky's new law could face legal challenges under the Kentucky Constitution. So if a vacancy occurred, there could be litigation over the exact process. Okay, so we're looking at, yeah. Okay, Christine, yeah, that's exactly right. Okay, so they're looking at trying to hold that seat. So what does that mean? I don't know, I'm asking too many questions. I guess what would happen then, have to happen, is that the midterms, they would have to definitely turn over enough seats in order that McConnell's seat won't matter, because that's what they're waiting on. That's what they're trying to figure out, how to keep the Democrats from getting the Senate seats. Yeah, so he was able to choose a replacement for him, but there's no replacement until they announce him gone, and they're not going to do that. Oh, you're saying they took it from him? Well, they're talking about, there's going to be a lot of litigation because of it. Yeah, because they don't want that seat gone like that. Another problem. So if they announce him gone, the vacancy process begins, probably after all the other litigation, of course. And under current Kentucky law, that generally means a special election to choose a replacement for the remainder of the term. Because of the political balance, the legislature changed Kentucky Senate vacancy laws over the past few years, limiting the governor's role in filling a U.S. Senate vacancy. Those changes are part of why there has been discussion about what would happen if Senator McConnell's seat became vacant. So we have a problem. Yeah, I saw he was demanding proof of life, but I don't understand. If he's okay, why haven't they? How long do you think? I guess they would do it forever, right? As long as they could hold up that seat. But wouldn't that cause other problems too? Like if there was a close vote or something. I don't know. But you know what? That's Orange Peel's way of doing things. Delay, delay, delay until he gets what he wants. If they find out that they lied about it, they could sue them, hopefully. Masiak. Masiak won the Repub's race, but they cheated and stole it. Oh, yeah. You know what? I remember something about that. Yep. These people are so corrupt. They are so corrupt. They will do anything, including leaving somebody laying there and know that they're not coming back to life. They should demand to go see him. If they claim that he can't see them, they should go see him. They can always say that only family can see him or whatever, you know. August 2nd. What happens on August 2nd? What happens on August 2nd that wants them to not acknowledge that McConnell may no longer be among the living? Okay, I'm going to let you guys hear this because they're talking too much stuff here.
Miss Foster, the key date is actually August 3rd, not August 2. Here's why people are talking about it. There's an untested Kentucky law that creates a practical deadline around August 3rd for how a vacant U.S. Senate seat would be filled before the November election. Constitutional lawyers and election experts have been discussing whether a vacancy before or after that date could change the timing of a required special election. That has led to online speculation, and I want to separate speculation from fact. The speculation is, if Senator McConnell's...
Okay. So it's going to affect the special election. Yeah, August 3rd. Well, that could be true, Andion. But she's not in the country. Why did she leave? She did leave the country, right? If your husband was that sick, would you leave? Would you leave his side? Research for me and tell me if Elaine, which is McConnell's wife, if she is still in the U.S. by his side. Because I thought she left. He says yes, based on the most recent reporting. This is on Instagram, though. Elaine Chao has returned to the United States. Wow, really? Oh my God. It says after Senator McConnell was hospitalized in June, Elaine Chao continued with a previously planned trip to China. Why? That don't make sense. Where she attended philanthropic events and met with Chinese officials. The decision drew public scrutiny. So then she returned back. This is reported on Instagram. This don't have to be true. Don't have to be true. The photograph released a few days ago by McConnell's office shows Elaine Chao sitting beside him while he is in rehabilitation facility. Reuters identified the woman in the photo as her. Okay, but did they go to see, make sure it was him? No. Okay, so they're saying there's evidence she has been with him at the rehabilitation facility. Or he's looking that good when they took the photo. Okay. It says that news organizations have not documented her day-to-day whereabouts since the photo was taken. So, they can't honestly say she's there by his side. I don't believe it. Yep. Yep, they did. I They do whatever they want to do, Christine. Is it legal? Oh, it's been confirmed that the picture's from 2023. See, I believe that. Was it legal for them to replace Lindsey Graham's seat with his sister right away? Says yes. So when Lindsey died, South Carolina Governor McMaster, a Republican, appointed Lindsey Graham's sister, Darlene, to serve temporarily in the U.S. Senate. South Carolina law gives the government the authority to make an interim appointment when a Senate vacancy occurs. Okay, it says the fact that she is his sister does not make the appointment illegal. There are no federal laws prohibiting a governor from appointing a relative of a previous. Okay. Okay, and it's also important to note that she is not serving a full 6-year term under South Carolina's process. She is an interim senator until voters elect someone to complete the remainder of the term. So when would they do? Is that? Oh, I think his term is up in January, guys. Right? So when would his term be up? I think it's January. He had to be voted back in November. Yeah. Senate term was scheduled to end on January 3rd, so she won't be in there that long. He was dancing in the hallways. Hi, Flawed. How are you? Um, See, so that's why they took the power away from the governor of Kentucky, because they didn't want him to be able to appoint someone. Yep. That's crazy, though, but it's gonna all work out, guys. I mean, they they may hold him. See, this is July. I could see them keeping him until the 3rd for the special election. I could see that happening. They will. They will. I don't put anything past them. They are just the things there. I don't think there's anything that they wouldn't do, to be honest. They have to get their way. And they're going to do it because they don't want. This is why I'm saying in November, the Senate has to really, the senators for the Democratic side, they have to turn over some seats because otherwise they can just hold it up. It's too messy and crazy to survive the rats eating themselves, chasing their tails. Mm-hmm. Yep. Brandy does look sick. She looks terrible. I don't do. Let's look at Brandy. All right, Spirit, tell us what's going on with Brandy. Brandy. What's going on with Brandy, Spirit? Two of Swords fell out. Let's see what else we get. Two of Swords jumped out. Six of Cups. Give me one more, Spirit. One more card. Brandy. And the Ace of Cups. Some kind of decision that she has to make. I don't know if she needs some kind of surgery or something, but there's a decision that she has to make about her health. And it's very emotional, whatever it is. Let's clarify. Four of Pentacles. Something she's disappointed about. Yeah, there's something going on with her. I think she's sick. There's a Two of Pentacles. She's battling something. And we got the Ace of Swords. It's like she needs some kind of surgery. Four of Wands. Five of Swords. I think she's sick. I think she needs some kind of surgery, and she has to make a decision about it. She's trying to decide what she's going to do. So, what's at the bottom? King of Pentacles. It's Pentacles, so that's about health. And then I look at this tree here with this 6 of Cups here. It's more about health for me, the way I'm looking at it. I think that whatever is going on with her, if she has something, if it's taken care of, it could help her. But she's trying to decide whether or not she's going to do it. But she has to have some kind of surgery. That's how I'm seeing it with these cards. And I say that it will help her. This tree here, which is about life, at the top here, it's dark, but underneath, the roots are still good. So I think she has a chance of improving her health if she has that decision to make, if she makes the right decision. That's how I'm seeing it on Brandy. You think it's anorexia? No, she looks like she's sick, and if it could be that, but you wouldn't need surgery for that. Or it could be that those cards are saying that. See, all those swords that showed up. There's a lot of swords that showed up. I don't know. I guess those swords could mean that she's getting rid of something too, if you guys are thinking that it could be that. So I don't know. But she's sick for sure. Yeah, I've never seen her look that bad. Anything else, guys? I should pull a card for all of us before we go. Let's see. Oh, they don't talk. I didn't know they didn't talk. Huh. Oh, let's see. Okay. Because he was sick at one time, too. I have a question, but it's about me. Okay, what's the question? Something's flying around here, little net. What's the question? Hi, Tab. You know, I haven't seen you guys, a lot of you, in a while, and it may be because I changed my channel name and people don't know that it's me. I changed it to M.E. Foster Studios because I'm doing some different things with my channel. I guess I should have put that in the comment section. Okay. All right, let's get a final card for us. If you guys didn't get a chance to go to look at the pick a card, go back and look at the pick a card. It's very interesting. Oh, okay. Yeah. I think the artwork that I had up there, everybody knows that, but they don't know the other name that I'm leaning towards. That I've changed it to. Not leaning towards, I've changed it to my professional name. My artist professional name. Christine. She says, Flaw, you asking about a boyfriend? I didn't see her question. Did she ask? I didn't see it if she did. I don't see your question, Christine. I mean, Flawed. Okay, I'm going to pull a last card for us and see what it says. And it says, don't fear change, embrace it and go and grow. I think that's what we've talked about tonight with the pick a card, with Pluto and Uranus coming through, trining on the 17th. That's what it's all about, change, transformation, sudden things happening in your life. You saying, will I get approved for car service due to my ailments? All right. Spirit will Flawed to Perfection 193, who's in my chat. Will she get approved for car service due to her ailment? Will she get approved? I'm getting yes. It says yes, you will. Okay. All right, guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you so much for joining me, and I am going to see you guys. I'm here every Wednesday at 7:50, guys. 7:50 every Wednesday, and we have good conversation here. So if you don't recognize the thumbnail, just know that I'm here at 7:50. Okay, every Wednesday. All right, guys, thank you so much for checking in, and I will see you on the next live next Wednesday.